This is the Campbulance, and it's a brief tour. This is the remote control to unlock the door, right hand side, unlock front and back cabin. It's a diesel engine, therefore when it's cold, engine is cold, we turn the accessories 1, 2, second accessories. It's beeping, it's because the glow plugs are warming up. We let that beep finish. When it stops, then we can then turn on the engine. And we let it warm up before we can go and drive the engine. Normal temperature is between 90 and 100 degrees. If it goes above it, climbing long big hills on the hot summer days, make sure that it keeps cooling down at around 100. If it doesn't, please pull over and stop. We'll got to figure out the issues, but I've never had any issues with heating engines. Temperature control is over here, the fan, different powers, air conditioning is over here. Over here we have radio, rear view camera when we back up. We have some LED lights on the outside of the cabin when we camp at night, right hand side, rear and left hand side. Over here we have a fire extinguisher and emergency tools for flat tires, and the jack is under the passenger footrest. Here we have access to the rear cabin through a sliding window, and your mirrors are electric, so you would select left and right side here, control your mirrors. And the bottom one, the smaller ones, are very important. If you place them in the right position, you can back up, see your rear wheel, and it also cover your blind spots. When we turn off the engine, especially if it's been running highways, big hills, I would like you to let it run down a couple of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes before you shut it off, just so the turbo cool down before we turn it off. Diesel engine, the diesel trap is here by your driver's door. Canadian Tire serve low sulfur diesel, which is really appropriate for these vehicles. For the Campbulance, you have an external battery source. The display is this button. You can see a percentage battery. Try to keep it as high as you can. There's 2 ways to charge it. Cables are over here. When the engine is running, we plug this one in the cigarette lighter here, and we plug this one into the input, and this will charge the battery as the engine is running. When the engine is not running, we can also plug the other source into a power source, so any kind of power plug will do it. If you go to a coffee shop, you can take it with you, or if you have a campsite, you can plug it on the shore power, and this will keep your battery top up. The DC will feed your 12-volt refrigerator, and remember that you need to press each section individually if you want to activate it. Let's say I want to turn on the fridge, I need to press DC. The light goes green, and then my fridge turn on. I have power now. If I want the 110 outlet, I need to press this one on. If I want USB, I need to press this one on. I would not recommend to keep them on all the time because it will take a bit of battery power. But you see here, you can read your output. It's a 500 watts, so it takes 9 watts an hour. And these fridge are very economical, so you can go for a couple of days without charging the batteries, but just mine. We have the toilet, porta toilet, and the gray water. The gray water is simply coming from the sink. The sink lift up, and you have your drain over here, and you have your water pump over here, the water, and this pump. The water is in the back storage. Just outside the vehicle, the storage is here on its side. And we have 2 full water, just for outdoor shower, and then we have water, 2 tanks here. The black hose fits to the bottom of the tank. Make sure it goes to the bottom of it so it takes the water, and when it's empty you can switch to the next tank. Little jerry can has a spare over here. To close and lock the door, the front cabin door need to be shut off last. So lastly, you close the front doors, and then you can lock this way, and then you can check that all your doors are locked. Welcome to the Campbulance.